Good morning from the National Weather Service here in Pocatello. My name is Carter, and this is your Southeast Idaho Weather Hazard Briefing for Friday, March 1st. With a winter storm underway, with impacts continuing into Saturday. But beyond that, we're looking at a colder and unsettled pattern through early next week. I'll be breaking that down for you this morning. Keyboards we're going to focus on today. Do have a winter storm underway as a series of cold fronts bring in some atmospheric river moisture from the Pacific. So with that, our first cold front will be today. We're starting to work northwest to southeast throughout the daytime hours. We'll see a rain-snow mix initially below about 5,500 feet. But overall, we're keeping an eye on that cold front number 2, which is going to be moving in throughout the day on Saturday. That'll be a return to some stronger winds area-wide and predominantly all snow as that colder and drier air begins to fill in on the backside, supporting some chances for isolated thunderstorms through Saturday. We did see some rumbles of thunder across some of our mountain areas yesterday and north of up towards Rexburg as well, but with that, just keeping a slight chance in the forecast over the next couple of days. As the storm departs Saturday night into Sunday, chances for snow will continue each and every day into next week. Best chances into the mountains, but overall, temperatures will keep trending below normal. Quick look at satellite for you this morning again shows that cold frontal boundary extending from Montana down into California. With that, we are going to see an uptick in precipitation throughout the morning hours, mix of rain and snow across our lowest elevations, but I'll be breaking the timing for you that down here into the briefing. And water vapor satellite again showing that very large low pressure system off the coast of British Columbia there. So as that first low is ejected, first cold front that's going to be working through our area today. A secondary one will be moving onshore as that low rapidly moves south and east. So with that, bringing a lot of moisture into our area and a well-defined atmospheric river all the way from the Aleutians to southeast Idaho. Weather has got look for your next 5 days. We'll focus on today and tomorrow for the most widespread impacts. Mix of rain, snow today across some of our lowest elevations. Some breezy winds out there today, but those will ramp up for Saturday as our stronger winds with that second cold front push through, supporting all snow. For Sunday, some lingering snow and breezy winds, but overall should be fairly inconsequential as we head into Monday. Just some lingering snow showers, some colder temperatures setting in for the area. But for Tuesday, keeping an eye on return to some potential minor to moderate snow across some of our mountain ranges. And here's the latest look at the watches, warnings, and advisories. Nothing has changed in our area. Still the winter weather advisory. Winter travel conditions expected across the Snake Plain at times, with more impactful travel as you get outside into the mountains. Temperatures today starting off the day in the teens, 20s, and 30s, with warmest areas pushing 40 around Twin Falls. But overall, highs this afternoon, 30s, 40s, pretty much everywhere. So we're getting supporting that rain-snow mix potential for where we get some more organized bands of precipitation, helping to knock temperatures down a couple degrees as those move through. You could see kind of that rain-snow mix at times. And before I get to snowfall amounts today, let's break down the timing. So starting you off at about 6 a.m. this morning, we are continuing to see some rain, snow kind of mix across the Snake Plain. The HRF here is continuing to show mostly snow. Again, but we're certainly going to see some rain, snow mix given the temperatures. But even throughout the morning hours, again, just a slight chance for some rain, snow mix, but mostly snow as we get into the mountains. That'll continue through the afternoon hours as we keep in that rain, snow. Temperatures warm up this afternoon just a bit. So with that, we're keeping the snow going, very widespread in nature. But overall, that'll continue to ramp up heading into Friday night into early Saturday. So again, as this cold front begins to work southeast out of the central mountains, we are expecting another ramp up of precipitation before we get some drier air beginning to fill in on the backside for Saturday afternoon and evening. So again, for Saturday evening, most of that precipitation will be in the mountains, but certainly some lingering breezy winds will continue to lead to some areas of blowing and drifting snow. And with respect to what's going on radar right now, again, we are tracking areas of bands of rain and snow across the entire area. And with that, again, marginal temperatures, 30s, 40s, we are seeing some rain snow mix, but for the most part, staying all snow as we get into the mountains. And here's a look at the precipitation totals for today, snowfall-wise. About a trace to a couple inches across the Snake Plain, locally higher out towards craters, but certainly continued snowfall impacts up towards Stanley, Wood River Valley, and east of I-15, heading towards Wyoming. And wind gusts today, those will ramp up throughout the afternoon hours, kind of peaking then, but certainly some breezy winds out there, gusts about 25 to 40 miles an hour, locally stronger in the mountains. And for tonight, we'll keep those breezy winds going, still about that 25 to 40 miles an hour. And for Saturday, courtesy of widespread cloud cover and precipitation, should be a very mild morning, teens, 20s, and 30s. Afternoon highs still hanging out in the 20s, 30s, and 40s. But again, as that cold front swings through, we are expecting that transition to snow, so that should help to bring that temperatures down slightly as we get that cold front working through. And speaking of those snowfall amounts on Saturday, this looks like our most impactful day region-wide. Again, we're coupled with strong winds, moderate to heavy snow, especially in the mountains. Could see some very impactful travel conditions, especially as you get into the central mountains and south and east of the Snake Plain, and as well heading up into Montana. And here's a look at the totals for you Thursday through Saturday. So again, this is taking a look at the end of the day yesterday through Saturday. So then all day today and tomorrow. Generally about 1 to 5 inches in the Snake Plain, locally higher on some of our benches and out towards craters. But as you head into the mountains, generally about 6 to 12 inches in the valleys, locally higher totals about 12 to 18. And as you head into the mountains, solid 1 to 3 feet with locally higher totals. Wind gusts on Saturday. So again, winds today are going to be less than what we're going to see tomorrow. Wind gusts on Saturday, widespread between about 40 to 55 miles an hour. And with that cold front swinging through, supporting colder temperatures, snow has already fallen with this previous system. We are going to be expecting some areas of blowing and drifting snow to be the most widespread on Saturday. And for Saturday night, some lingering breezy winds will continue to lead to those wind and snow kind of blowing around things, but overall trending down as we head into Sunday. And speaking of Sunday, cold air fills in further north, single and double digits below zero as you get into some of our mountain basins. But overall, warmest areas in the single digits and teens. Afternoon highs trending well back below normal, 20s and 30s for your Sunday. And snowfall amounts on Sunday, again, about 1 to 3 inches as you head further south. But further northwest, we get some drier and colder air establishing itself, only about a trace to a couple inches. Wind gusts on Sunday, just keeping some lingering breezy winds as that front exits to our southeast, gusts about 20 to 35 miles an hour. And for Sunday night, we'll keep that repeat going for you. And for Monday, another cold morning with more widespread areas in the single digits and teens, below zero as you get up into some of our mountain basins. But overall, 20s and 30s in the afternoon, staying pretty level with high temperatures into early next week. Snowfall amounts on Monday, maybe a trace to a couple inches as you head into the higher terrain, but should stay mostly dry. Again, nothing too consequential for your Monday. And wind gusts on Monday should stay less than 25 miles an hour, so nothing too atypical for your eastern Idaho wind standards. And wind gusts Monday night, again, still hanging out below 25 miles an hour. And for Tuesday, you've got to look at those temperatures in the morning. Things warm up slightly as that next kind of wave of moisture begins to lift into the area, but single digits, teens, and 20s to kick things off. Afternoon highs in the 20s, 30s to low 40s. And snowfall amounts on your Tuesday, again, best chances for that more moderate snowfall will be up around the Island Park, Stanley, Sun Valley region, as conditions remain mostly dry elsewhere. And speaking of those wind gusts on Tuesday, again, best chances for those wind gusts should stay less than 25 miles an hour. And that will continue as we head through Tuesday night as well. And to look at what's to come, again, 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook keeps us in that near normal to slightly above normal favored precipitation through March 6th through the 10th. And with respect to temperatures, pretty good signal there. Colder in the west, warmer in the east. And 8 to 14, not a whole lot of change there. So when it comes to these passing systems, really no strong, drier signal at this point. We're keeping that near normal to slightly above normal precipitation chances across the Gem State. And with respect to temperature-wise, not seeing a whole lot of change there from the 6 to 10 to 8 to 14. Still above normal in the east and colder in the west. And that's about all I have for you this morning. But before I end things up, I just wanted to go through a couple of probabilities here for you, just kind of tracking in some of the latest snowfall amounts. So there is some uncertainty with respect to some of the snowfall totals. So I'll take you to the accumulated snowfall through the end of this system. So again, we were looking at, about 1 to 5 inches in the Snake Plain, but I'll turn on the readout here for you. I'll get the readout there on. Perfect. So again, some of these models, and especially the HREF here, is pinging some pretty high totals in the Snake Plain. This is through about 4 or 5 o'clock tomorrow. But again, 6 to 10 inches is kind of that high-end scenario. And I'll kind of bring you through some of the models. Again, this is the Grand Ensemble HREF. This takes into account a wide variety of models, but we'll kind of break down each one individually as well. So this is the HREF, again, kind of the blend of solutions, kind of what we could expect with most of those high-res guidance. Again, our current forecast, more rain, snow. The HREF is more just all snow. But comparing that to the HRR, again, taking a look at these snowfall totals, again, about 3 to 6 inches in the Snake Plain, but pretty solid agreement as we head into the mountains. Taking a look at the NAM as well. When that comes to the snowfall totals, it's going to be a mix. So again, we're low confidence on exactly where some of these bands can stall, become quasi-stationary and whatnot. So it's very uncertain, kind of eastern Snake Plain, I-15 corridor. Keep an eye on the forecast, keep an eye on the radar, and be able to monitor those road conditions, because here on the NAM, showing pretty aggressive totals, 8 to 16 inches potentially along the I-15 corridor. Again, high-end scenario. This is above our current forecast, but kind of outlining some of the uncertainty that surrounds this system, as some of where those rain snow levels set up, this widespread precipitation in nature is leading to some uncertainty with respect to those. But with that, that's all I got for you this morning. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please feel free to send us an email, give us a call, or check out some information on our website. Have an awesome Friday and stay safe out there.